Happy Sunday, friends! So I'm going to make a little rigatoni. I just put some broccoli cauliflower florets in the oven. I'm doing some Parmesan garlic roasted broccoli cauliflower florets. The only thing I did for that was I trimmed up my broccoli and cauliflower. I had a little bit I needed to use up, and I rinsed it real good, and I pressed 2 large cloves of garlic and about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil. I grated about 1/8 to 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and I tossed the olive oil and the Parmesan in with the florets. I left them I rinsed them and left them a little wet because I don't want them real tough, right? So I don't want them real tough. So I did that, the olive oil, the garlic, the Parmesan. Then I took a little Italian seasoning. I have herbs of Provence here, and you can use any Italian seasoning, and I sprinkled a little of that on top. Put a little parchment paper down in my small cookie sheet. Put the florets on it. Have it in a 370-degree oven, and I'll leave them in there about 20 to 30 minutes, and I'll have some nice roasted vegetables to put in my lunch. Today's Sunday, and Chops is tired. Yep, I've had Landon came Friday. He's the 14-year-old grandson. So he's been here all weekend. It's Sunday about 4. He'll be leaving to go to his mom's here shortly. I had Legend, who's 5, and Leland, who just turned 9 the other day. So we had them. We took them shopping for their spring, summer clothes yesterday. That was a big day. Then they wanted to spend the night last night again, so they did. We got up and had our big Sunday breakfast. They like when I play waitress. So on the menu today was French toast, dippy eggs, scrambled eggs, sausage patties, English muffins, sourdough, or white toast. And they love when I do that. They were a little disappointed there was no bacon on the menu, but I didn't pull bacon last night. I didn't know the boys were going to stay, so. But they had a good day. Pap took them fishing. I cleaned the house all day, and I'm just doing a little meal prep. So I'll have some good stuff to eat Monday at work. So I have about 2.5 cups of ground beef. It's 80-20. I'm frying that up in the pan. I had 2 half onions in the fridge that I needed to use up. So I chopped them up, and I pressed about 4 cloves of garlic. And that's right there. I love my garlic. I'm going to put this in with the hamburger mixture. We're making some rigatonis. Toss that in. Oops, that wasn't good. Did you see that, folks? Right over the top it went. Yeah, not good at all. Well, we'll get that after. Okay. We're going to let our hamburger brown till it's done. I cooked my rigatoni. I had about 2.5, 3 cups of that I used. I have a big box, so I took about 2.5, 3 cups of rigatoni out. And I cooked it 2 or 3 minutes less than the package says. I don't want it mush, so I cooked it about 2 or 3 minutes left. And that's our rigatoni. I am going to move this to the back, and I am going to make a white boom. First I'm going to make a roux, and a roux is nothing more than butter, and I have 6 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to put the 6 tablespoons of butter in my pan. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And I'm going to make a roux, and then I'm going to make a bechamel. And a bechamel is the mother sauce. It's the Italian mother sauce. And it's nothing more than you take your roux and you incorporate milk in it. So it's a nice, creamy, rich sauce. I am actually going to put a little Parmesan Reggiano in after I get my bechamel all settled and done. I'm going to stir this into my bechamel. So let's get this going. Hamburger's going. The butter's melting. Gonna get my whisk. I have 2 tablespoons of flour. Might be a little bit more. I didn't use my measuring spoons. I used a tablespoon and I just kind of shook it off a little bit so it wasn't real heaping. And I'm gonna dump that into the butter. And I like my flour to get a little brown, just a little brown to get that nutty, but I'm not going to stop whisking it. I don't want browned butter. I just want it a little tinge. Looks like that, folks. Looks like that. It's real buttery. Real buttery. Looks like that. I hope you guys had a nice weekend. Busy one for me. Okay, that looks great. So then I have a cup of milk, and I'm going to introduce that. I'm going to turn that that roux down, and we're going to make a bechamel, a mother sauce. I'm going to take just a dash of nutmeg. Just a dash. People will be like, what is that? It's just a dash, folks. It's not any more than a dash. I'm going to turn it back up and keep whisking. I can hear my oldest grandson in the living room. He's singing a song while he's playing his game. That ground meat is just about done. It is just about done. My bechamel to bubble up and all that goodness. A big stainless steel bowl. I'm going to put the rigatonis in the stainless steel bowl. Oh, that's a nice bechamel. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to whisk it once again to get a little tinge. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. We are going to turn that off. Beautiful. Beautiful. A beautiful, beautiful bechamel. Oh. We're going to drain our burger. Turn that off. I've got my Parmesan Reggiano, like about 1/8 of a cup, maybe 1/4 of a cup. We're going to whisk that into our bechamel. Oh my gosh, folks. If that doesn't smell good. Wonderful. Wonderful. That is actually beautiful. Look at that beautiful sauce. We are going to now take that. We're going to put it all over our rigatonis. Yep. We want to coat these rigatonis with this bechamel. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's a nice sauce. I do my macaroni and cheese. I start with a roux and a bechamel, and then I get it up real high, and I turn it down a little bit lower, and I add my cheeses in it. Oh, beautiful. There's just something about putting a bechamel on your pasta, your lasagna, your rigatonis. And not everybody does that, but it takes it to a whole new level. I'm spraying my pan. I think it's a 9 by 13 pan. And this, my Dutch oven where I fried my ground burger, I'm going to put that back. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my gosh, you could smell that garlic. Like I said, I used 4 or 5 large cloves of garlic and pressed them in. I love garlic. Now I have my canned tomatoes from my garden, and there's some garlic in there. And that's it. I didn't put any Italian seasoning. There's just a little garlic in there. So I'm going to dump them in. Now I have crushed a can of Hunt's crushed tomatoes. And I'm going to put that in. Beautiful. Boy, I'm just slopping all over today after I cleaned the kitchen, aren't I, guys? Oh, wow. Smell. That Italian coming together. Let's get our cloth and wipe this up. I'm not one for messes. I do not like messes. Okay, so we're gonna stir those tomatoes into our ground beef. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. Beautiful. Gonna take a little Italian seasoning, maybe like 1/8, 1/4 of a teaspoon. That's enough. Italian seasoning is really aromatic, really flavorful. So you don't need to put a lot of that. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I am going to take and pour about half of this into my 9x13. I'm going to pour my rigatonis right on top. There it is, right on top. I want to get all that Parmesan bechamel rigatonis. I just flopped a rigatoni on the floor. Tonight is not my night for being in the kitchen. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful goodness. Would you look at that? Friends, this is going to be out of this world. Oh my gosh. I can smell the roasted vegetables in the oven. They smell delish. I'm just going to pick up these 2 rigatonis. I just happened today to wash my kitchen rugs. How about that, folks? There, so that's done. Now we're going to take and, let me get my pot holders on, these are hot. We're going to pour the rest of this over your rigatonis. And like I said, I've done this with bulk Italian sausage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. And you're like, oh, she's not stirring the rigatonis. She's not mixing it up into the sauce and the hamburger. It's all going to cook in, folks. It's all going to take on all the flavors, and it's all going to cook in and mesh in together. Yeah. Let's get all this goodness out of here. These things are heavy, folks. Boom. Boom. There, we got it. Now, we're going to take some Parmesan. And we're going to sprinkle that on top. Not a ton. Just a little. And I think I have some mozzarella. I do. I have some good mozzarella that I shaved up, and it's in the freezer. So I'm going to take some of that. Some of my good mozzarella. There, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that, folks. So that's our rigatoni. And we're going to put that in a 370-degree oven. And we're going to cook that about 45 minutes to an hour. So it all incorporates and is bubbly. Our roasted vegetables, they're doing beautifully. They just need a couple more minutes. So we're going to put them back in the oven. We're going to put the rigatonis in the oven. And we'll be back in an hour to show you when they're done. Hang on, friends. Hi friends, I'm back again. I cleaned up the kitchen, didn't take long. I clean as I go. Roasted cauliflower and broccoli florets are done with the Parmesan and a little bit of Italian seasoning and the garlic and the olive oil. They smell out of this world. I just took her, and this is heavy, folks. This is heavy goodness. This out of the oven. I might put it back in for a minute or two. The mozzarella is just starting to brown, and that is beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And you can see the bechamel Parmesan sauce is incorporated with the tomato sauce and the hamburger, and it's just beautiful. That's a nice hearty dinner. That's a nice hearty dinner. And I work a long day tomorrow, so I'll take the leftover chicken pot pie from last night's dinner tomorrow, and then I'll take the rigatonis on Tuesday, because I leave the house about 8:15, 8:20, and I get home around 7:30, 7:40, could be 7:50, guys. Yeah. So I work long days. So I want to have something nice. You know, I work like 120 long days a year, and then I work some short days. But I don't want to, you know, not have a nice meal 120 days out of the year. So I don't do lunch and I don't do dinner. I do like a dinner lunch around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I don't eat when I come home. It's much too late to be eating something when you come home. But there's our rigatoni and there's our roasted vegetables, friends. I hope you had a lovely, lovely weekend, and you'll probably see me Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, and I'll make some goodies then. But for now, folks, have a great week. Goodbye. Take care.